makeup loving friends, how's it going? It's been another week, so we have a week's worth of new makeup releases to talk about. With me, I have the fabulous Rebecca. She has returned like the Messiah. It's wonderful. And we have the lovely Jade, who is a Patreon of mine, and I do a thing where I randomly select somebody, and Jade is the unlucky victim. So, you know the general drill. I'm going to put all of their details down below in the description box so you can go and find them and follow them. So we're going to get into some quick little general announcements first. So we've talked a bit about Bite Beauty, and I've traditionally gone, well, there's no real point in us talking about them because we can't get them. And then a couple of days later, then Feel Unique have started stocking them, and Boots have started stocking them. So now we can get to Bite Beauty. So there you go. I mean, it is what it is. The other little bit that we have to talk about is the, oh my lord, the Jaclyn Hill, Michaela, whateverness of it all. So we spoke briefly last week about Jaclyn Hill coming out with like some bronzers, but we didn't really touch on it that much. But the shade range was very not good. Michaela of the TikTok came to her defense and was like, oh, she's an indie brand. But I mean, as we all know, I talked about Kylie Cosmetics about 2 weeks ago, and they're coming out with 96 shades of foundation, and they are an indie brand and don't have the same financial backing. Anyways, Michaela got quite a bit of backlash for defending the poor shade range, and she eventually retracted it, but it has not curried favour with a lot of people. Opinions down below, because I don't want to get into it right now. I've thought about it too much and it has frankly upset me. Humans are the worst. But I've lots of people to thank for tagging me in content this week. You know the drill, you guys formulate the episode. So big thank you to Brianna, Becky, Ali, Gillian, Jade, Chrissy, Misha, Hayley, Beth, Amina, Cecily, Cheryl, Missy, Shanna, Charlie, Heather, Tess, Tia, Susie, Kasia, Paidonia, Heidi, Gaia, Jenny, Gina, Chris, Amy, Louise, Manuela T, Shalina, Tony, Gregory, Erica, Emily, Paula, Adriana, Mrs. Zara Louise, Kerry, Alexis, Eve, Kaylee, Kat, and Sarah L. And a huge thank you, as usual, to my Patreons, 2 of whom are here today. Hooray! And because Jade is on the slot, she chose what it was that we were doing for this week. So I think it's partly inspired by all of these palettes that we've seen that are a blast from the past. Urban Decay Naked 3 Mini, we're looking at you. So Jade basically said, hey, let's do makeup as our teenage selves. So how we used to do our makeup. I did not do a lot of makeup. I used to just put on a bit of eyeshadow, rubbish eyeliner, and mascara and a bit of lip gloss. And that was it.
Yeah, do not judge me from how you see me today. This is not me looking my best.
I'm not normal this orange.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a tutorial will come on this look soon. Don't worry.
We need it.
It's very complex, but I feel like you guys will have the skills to follow it. So a few of my Patreons have also put forward their pictures. It's very exciting, and I shall share them now. Aren't they a ravishing bunch of beautiful, beautiful enablers? And I am letting you guys know the theme for next week ahead of time, because Missa has agreed, well, she's asked to be on Releases and Rants, and she has chosen the theme. So the theme is Neon Cyberpunk, and I want to open it up to the rest of you guys. So if you would like to take part and be featured in the collage, tag me in your Neon Cyberpunk look by Thursday, and I may include you. There we go. Anyways, we're going to get straight on into it because there's a lot of shit to talk about. That means we're starting off first with iHeart Revolution and their Disney fairy tale books. This time they have chosen to victimize Aladdin. There's the usual thing of an eyeshadow palette, a random highlighter, which I always find very funny because they have also made that eyeshadow book that has a face palette in it, which whatever, and a lip topper.
The packaging on these are really nice. I have the Tiana and Cinderella. They're not the best quality things in the world. They are just nice, sort of aesthetically pleasing. 15 quid is too expensive. You pay for the quality of eyeshadow, you are paying for the packaging. I'd see them a little bit more favourably if they were a tenner. That highlighter shade, that ain't it. That would look grey on me. Blue lip gloss does make your teeth look very white, but still.
I just don't get it. For a collab that's like Aladdin, surely to me it should be a bit more suited to like deeper skin tones. And that highlighter would do nothing for you, Rebecca. And half of those eyeshadows wouldn't even show up on you.
Nope.
We talk about how whitewashed Jasmine is as well.
Oh, it's like this is becoming a constant theme in the makeup industry of a complete lack of inclusivity. And I've said it before about the whole stupidity of putting out a face palette because it doesn't suit everyone. Like, just come out with single shades. Because it doesn't make any sense. And also putting a face palette on an eyeshadow when there's no separator, that makes absolutely no sense.
And this is why I find it so funny when people have been talking about Jaclyn Hill's release and they are still massive Revolution fans. They're like right up their arse. And I'm like, don't, as a creator, talk about Jaclyn Hill and Michaela if you still support a brand that proves themselves to be not inclusive. So it's, yeah, they have an amazing foundation shade range, but that's not enough. It's no longer enough. It never has been, but for a while people were like, okay, whatever, foundation shade ranges, but don't.
That's the minimum. That is the
that is the bare minimum. But talk
why
about
are we applauding people for actually having complexion products that suit people that exist? That's their job. And maybe I'm a hypocrite because for example, I buy from luxury brands like Chanel, etc., etc. So maybe I'm a hypocrite, fine. But when I see people write up Revolution's arse and never call them out, but then call out Jaclyn Hill, I see everything.
Why also get her image that they put on the front of the packaging and whitewash it so much? Like, I thought I was seeing things at first, and then I googled images of her from the film, and she is so much darker in the film.
Yeah,
you know, it's a shame because the Rihanna palette is actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But like, we have indie brands like the likes of Sydney Grace, and they collaborated with Temptalia. And one of the interesting things that they did with that was they had an eyeshadow palette for lighter skin tones and an eyeshadow palette for deeper skin tones. So they were understanding that, you know, there are certain shades that just are going to turn up ashy on darker skin tones. So when a little indie brand is doing something like that, why can't they do something like that with this? I don't get it. And as some of you guys may have noticed, I put a little poll on my Instagram to see what you guys thought. And this is going to be a new feature of R&R. It's your little chance to have your say. And when I asked you guys whether or not you were going to get it, overwhelmingly, most of you said, no, it's awful. So you are my kind of people. 85% of you are in my corner. And I appreciate that. So keep an eye out on my Instagram stories. Hip Dot have actually collaborated with My Chemical Romance before, and they're not actually bringing back that collaboration. They're coming out with another collaboration. So there's a lot of strange kind of things in it. There's the Art is the Weapon palette. There's the Fabulous Killjoy lip kit, which is essentially 4 different glosses, the Better White Liner Duo, and the Better Base White Primer Pot. And it's $98 for the collection.
Shipping is disgustingly expensive. I liked some of the Kesha stuff that they came out with, and it was, I think, like the shipping was more expensive than the palette. It's probably, maybe they've changed things since I last looked, but the shipping was one of the highest of American indie brands I'd ever seen. I think it's like $65. But the palette is cute. It's nothing new to me. This is nothing that I'd add to I love My Chemical Romance. I even saw them in concert when I was 14.
Jealous.
Yeah, but nah, not for me.
It doesn't even scream MCR. Like, you look at it and you think, like, to me, I think like black eyeshadows, like grungy, like Gerard Way's always got like the red smirky. Like I know there's a red shade in there, but
I mean, their most iconic album was the Black Parade, and there's a lot of very like emo scene kid makeup from there. You know, the black, the greys, the whites, the reds, the pops of pink. I don't know why they didn't do something like that to really go with the nostalgia. Like, I mean, like Jade is saying, the palette and I think even the packaging doesn't mesh with MCR.
it kind of leans to was it the last album they did before they split?
Yeah.
The cover of it kind of looks like that. But even then, they weren't walking around with bright pink and blue eyeshadow on.
No, this doesn't make any sense to me at all. I literally could have had like a four or five pans, like a black, a white, a red, a grey, and maybe a pink would have done fine. Like, I don't think it needed to be this whole thing. People buy this for the nostalgia.
Anyways, I again put it to you guys, and again, you are my people, and you are similarly confused with 72% saying a fuck no to whatever this is. So thank you for making me feel like there's a certain amount of sanity in this very, very odd world. Lime Crime, they have come out with more of this wet cherry collection. So it's two different 5-pan palettes. One is the Sweet Mattes eyeshadow palette, and then the other one is the Wild Metallics eyeshadow palette. They're available now. They're $28 each, which just seems so expensive for what they are. Now, I'd originally kind of said, I don't really get what's cherry about these, but a friend of mine did point out, she was like, oh, I have a cherry tree, and actually throughout the various stages of cherries, they do actually change all of these colors. And I was like, well then, I have been proven wrong, and I'm all right with that. That being said, I don't get it, particularly the metallic eyeshadow palette. I really don't get how any of those colors go together. I think they're expecting people to buy the two together and work them together.
Who wants an all shimmer palette?
Not one that's as boring as this.
Yeah.
In a million years.
I feel like they're going as orgasm route.
Yeah.
Things now.
But again, I feel very much like we're going back in time, because that was such a 2009 thing, 2010, of like an all shimmer palette. And again, I pose the question to you guys, and according to the scientific report, 86% of you loathed it. Unique Beauty are coming out with this collection. So they've basically called it their fashion magazine collection, and it's the Africa collection. So there's some blushes, they're £7.99 each, some highlighters, again £7.99 each, lip creams, and then there's some eyeshadow palettes. So they're £15.50 each, or you can bundle all three of them together for £55, and they have the Chief Staff Blush Brush for £7.99.
Hang on. The palettes are £15.50 each.
Yeah. Are you doing the math?
Why is it £55 for the bundle? Okay, good. I failed maths GCSE 3 times. I was like, eh.
I was like, who's going to notice
on...
you're charging an extra £8.50 to bundle it together rather than to buy them separately?
This looks absolutely stunning to me. I like it all. I think the lips are stunning. Look at that dark mustardy colour, eh? Yeah, get on my lips. I'm having a little look. I mean, I'm broke, so yeah. But I'm interested, actually. I'm quite interested.
I've seen some things from them in the past. They have like a £6 green eyeshadow palette, because I am very obvious about what I like. And I have like eyeballed it a number of times and thought about it, and then I'm like, no, you have enough, you need to calm yourself. I think this is nice, like, but I'm also not going to run out and get it. I'm just wondering how true those swatches actually are, because those shimmery metallics look quite special. Like, they look nice, but
imagine those as someone with like a really deep skin tone, like that, and the shimmer. Oh, it'd look amazing.
Well, that's the thing. I think they have actually thought about the colour story in the sense of it's, you know, an Africa collection, and thinking about tones that would actually look nice on darker skin tone. Because we talked about, I think it was like last week, it was like an Africa palette, and we were like, there's 2 shades in here that are not going to show up. And it was like, what is going on? But this, it kind of makes sense. And again, even the lipsticks that they have included, the blushes that they've included, there's like deep, like maroon shade in there that I'm like, Okay, yeah, that's
The
gonna.
price is right.
You guys seemed to disagree because 81% of you guys said it's not for me, with only 19% of you saying get in my basket.
Well, you're all wrong.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Besame are kind of continuing on with their Disney Princess collection, and they didn't just announce one, but they announced 2 different collections. So one is with Mulan, who is my bae. I love Mulan, and they've come out with this kind of compact and also a lipstick that's available now. They said they were only coming out with 500 pieces, so it is very limited edition. And they are also coming out with the Ariel collection. So again, it's another compact, and they have a lipstick. I mean, one of the things I do want to say is if you're going to come out with something like this, it is a bit rubbish that, you know, if one of these princesses is your favorite and the powder or whatever it is we're going to call it does not match your complexion, that's going to be very upsetting.
No, thank you. I think that they should have a compact, and you should be able to choose what color goes inside it, maybe like sell it so that you can like put it into the compact. I'm sure you can reuse that compact, like definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can, I'm sure why not give us an option, because that's literally all I thought the whole way through it is they're beautiful, boring but beautiful, but like those colors don't work for me.
Yeah,
But
and
the price, well, $125.
oh, a steal, Jade, a steal. Because you see, they're limited edition. This is what Besame does. They come out with,
Oh, come on now.
yeah.
Come on.
But I will also say that most people, when they buy this, they don't use it. They just leave it there to look at it and go, ooh, because it's totally one of those like collection pieces.
Well, yeah, because you use it and then that whole pattern they've got on top, it'll just go, and then it's just a normal bog standard highlighter at that point, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm much more likely to actually buy a compact on its own where I can put my own thing in it, because, you know, they sell a lot of the fancy makeup I like, you can get refills for it, and I would just buy a bronzer or something that I like from Dior and just put it in there. Actually pisses me off more. I mean, I wouldn't never buy this for £125. I'm not nuts. You can buy Natasha Denona for that. And a whole palette. But like, I would be more inclined to buy the compact.
Yeah.
Without the offensive highlighter in it.
Yeah, and I think particularly like we're looking at Mulan, who is, you know, spoiler alert, Asian, and the compact in that does not match for an Asian skin tone, as far as I'm concerned. And then they're also doing Ariel. Now, yeah, don't be wrong, Ariel in the classic Disney movie was white, but as we know, there is a remake being made, and she's no longer white, because, you know, if you're playing a mythical creature, skin tone really shouldn't be an issue. So it feels a bit weird that they're kind of, like, again, I mean, yeah, they're coming out with 500 units, but if you're only going to come out with 500 units, have it be something that is going to be actually universal.
It's like profiting from the Disney thing, but how many of your consumers can actually use it realistically?
Exactly. Yeah.
And for that, you could literally go to Primark and buy a Disney compact. You do not need to spend $125 on it.
And then when I put the question to you guys, when you looked at the Mulan products, 82% of you said you didn't understand the hype. And then when I showed the Ariel one, there was a little bit of a difference here. I think possibly because people prefer the Little Mermaid. 46% of you said that you wanted it. Then we have Urban Decay. It's sort of new, but it's more that it's a reformulation. So they have their classic lipsticks, but they are re-releasing the 35 shades. They are infusing them with aloe vera and avocado oil. Now, what is different now is that they are vegan.
Which I approve of.
I think that's actually genuinely quite interesting, because Hourglass were applauded not so long ago for coming out with a lipstick that was like a red lipstick that was vegan. And as we can see in the picture there are some red lipsticks. And if they're vegan, that means they also have figured out a formula how to make a red lipstick without carmine.
Hourglass shouldn't be applauded for anything.
Well, that's the thing. So if we have an alternative brand that we could go to that is vegan for these,
not Jeffree Star or Hourglass.
Oh. But this I a step in the right direction, in my opinion.
Oh, more inclusive as well. It's like they've listened to what the consumers want. You got to applaud them for that, really, haven't you?
Yeah. Again, I put the question to you guys to see what you thought of it. 30% of you thought it was innovative, so 70% of you are wrong. This is Colourpop and their collaboration with Powerpuff Girls. And when I saw that they were coming out with something, I was like, oh yay, a new way to be disappointed. So they've come out with an eyeshadow palette. I had thought that they would come out with 3 separate palettes. I thought they'd do their monochromatic thing again. They didn't, so I suppose they've surprised me. But they have a 12-pan palette, 2 heart-shaped blushes, so not even 3. You know, which Powerpuff Girl got left out there? 3 colour sticks, 3 roller gloss sets, which are, I think, all the same colour from what I understand. They're all clear. A Sol Body bubble bath bar, a lip mask duo, and 3 hair clips, which, if I'm 100% honest, are probably the cutest thing in the whole lot.
I want those hair clips so bad.
I think the glosses are different flavours. I think it's the green one's apple. I can't remember the rest of them, but I know the green one was apple, and I thought that could be quite nice.
The roller balls look cute. They are so nostalgic to me, the roller ball thing.
I feel
and
like
I would wear the clips.
But the palette, if you take the greens and the blues, it's just a nude palette. Or even further, it's a row of nudes at the top, a blush palette on the left, and a bit of green and blue on the right. Like it's rubbish.
Yeah. This is what Colourpop have been doing. They've been doing a neutral palette with a pop of colour for the last how many months? And this is sad. But the thing is, people are going to get it because Powerpuff Girls are awesome. You know, Buttercup is my bae. Love her. I would have loved to have seen something like Mojo Jojo related.
Yeah, that would have been cute.
Yeah.
The packaging for the liners has Mojo Jojo on it.
Yeah.
And but that's it. They're not actually on anything.
But you see, that's the thing. Like, and you're not going to keep the packaging. So, or maybe you are. I don't know. I'm not going to judge you for the way that you store your stuff. But I just feel like this is such a missed opportunity. This could have been something really genuinely interesting. So again, I polled you guys, which sounds really wrong. 73% of you said meh, which is the sound that is associated with this collection.
I think a lot of the time, and I always think of this when I watch Angelica Nyqvist, is not everything's for me and people will just buy them. And I'm like, that's okay. If you want to buy it for the packaging, you do you.
This is Melt Cosmetics and they have a new product called Sex Foils. Sex Foils, you're my sex foil, which does sound like the wrapper of a condom to me. It's 7 shades. I believe it's $28 on their website. Like, they're not on sale yet.
Do we not have enough of this around?
Is it just like a face and body highlighter? Is that it?
That's it. Like, it's a liquid highlighter.
So what's sex got to do with it?
I think they're going down the NARS route, and the Too Faced route have just been really confused and making things sexual that really shouldn't be sexual.
I couldn't care less about a release.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Apart from cake liners, but like in water activated liners, I literally just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, whatever.
I feel like if they branded it differently, but even then, got it over a pool. Like, none of it seems to match up. It's like they've seen that Nars has had success with the orgasm and the climax stuff, so they thought they'd jump on that bandwagon. And I don't get it.
It's very weird. This is going to be contentious, but it feels like Melt has been coming out with so much stuff recently, and not a lot of it has been hits. Like, there has been some issues with quality, and I kind of feel like this might be their turning point, that they're starting to go down a little bit. You know, like how every brand has an ebb and a flow and a peak. I think they hit their peak with the Amor Eterno collection. And since then, it's just been slowly going down, and their stuff just hasn't been as interesting. Feel free to disagree with me politely, but that's...
I love Melt, and to me, they're very special, so I hope that they don't go too mainstream, with the things, because to me they feel like it's a real treat. It's something real special. Like I've got the Mary Jane just here. I absolutely love it. Like I can't overlook the dodgy names of things and stuff like that. I love Melt. For me, the formula, I know not everyone loves the formulas, but like I always have a good time with Melt.
And again, polled you guys, and I agree with you. 87% of you said nope to this. So apparently sex foils is not a thing, thank God, because I don't think I could live in a world like that. Kylie Cosmetics, well, we talked about last week that they're coming to Ireland, the UK, etc. I assume that probably with part of that launch, she's coming out with some new bits to her line. So, you know, it's new blushes, new bronzers, new highlighters, all of that sort of thing. And that's coming out today as we are filming.
I've never bothered about Kylie, but because it is so hyped, or was so hyped, it kind of makes me want to look at it. Yeah.
I've never cared less about something. Like, this is just so... but it's partly I cannot stand the Kardashians and the Jenners. They just, no offense if you love them, they're just not for me. For instance, there's makeup that some people love and they want, and it's not for you, and that's okay. Not everything can be for you. In the same way that these are just not celebrities for me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And I'm not a stan at all. Will I pick up a couple of bits when I can afford it? Yeah, probably will, just to try it. I've never really tried Kylie Cosmetics. I love a nice face product. All those blushes look a bit boring to me, but I would probably get a highlighter, maybe an eyeliner and some lipstick to try. I'd be excited at Christmas when they're releasing the lips, the eyeshadow palettes and things, because and as a YouTube creator also, that those you know, those kind of videos, you know, could really help. So I do quite like that it's come to the UK.
So again, I polled you guys because science, and 69% of you, that's a fun number, said that it wasn't for you. And then the last thing we're going to talk about in depth is Sigma. Sigma have done a collaboration with Beauty Bird. So this is Yasmin, and this is the second round of this collaboration. They came out with a collaboration back in 2019, which was the Dream Collection palette. But what they've done is they've come out with that again, but they have also added in like some brushes and like bits and pieces. So the original palette was limited edition, so it's been gone. So they've brought it back. It does look a bit different in pictures, like when I was comparing them. So I'm wondering if they've like slightly reformulated it or something. You kind of hope after 2 years they would have maybe changed things up a bit, because obviously #science. That their formulas, I know that people have talked about that low key, their formulas are pretty nice. Like their Corda Rosa, I've heard a lot of people say very positive things about it. So I'm wondering if they've applied that to this, which I think would be a great coup if they did do that. Apparently this was a very popular palette when it came out. Again, it was limited edition.
It was popular 2 years ago because those kind of palettes were in 2 years ago, but I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Urban Decay Naked palettes.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't, if they brought a new one out, which I know they do, like I never look at those and think I need that. Like there's nothing exciting about it. And even the brush roll and the brushes, is it marble?
Yeah.
That's very 2 years ago as well, isn't it? I mean, it seems like they've had it in their archives and they've gone and found all this stock and gone, oh.
Yeah, it's not for me. I know that it got great reviews at the time. I could get a lot of looks out of this. I'm not going to purchase it.
No.
Their eyeshadow quality is excellent, but not for me.
You guys said that 84% of you decided that this collection was not for you. But that's it in terms of the stuff that we're going to talk about in depth. So we're running into the lightning round now, and as per usual, we're starting off with a bit of Revolution. So Makeup Revolution have a brow lamination kit. They also have an aftercare and growth set, and they have a neon gloss polish set. Revolution Skincare then have a conditioning peel-off face mask with plant collagen and shea. They have hydrating eye patches, and they have a purifying peel-off face mask with charcoal and colloidal gold, which is hard to say.
Do not use peel-off masks, thank you.
Yeah, unless you're okay with quite badly damaging your skin. It looks satisfying, but it's not good for you, so don't do it. XX Revolution then said they are coming out with 2 new additions to their XX Brow family. Too Faced then are doing apparently what they call a give back with Belinda Carlisle. So she is donating her fee of this lipstick to the non-profit organisation Animal People Alliance. Too Faced have their 3-in-1 brow pomade in a pencil thing.
It actually looks really, really good.
Eyebrows on for 36 hours.
Well, it's very important for our 36-hour days. We then have Flower Beauty, and they have a setting powder that is like a spray or something. It's very strange. Morphe are getting onto the whole cream liquid blush stuff, and they have 5 different shades, and they are $12 each. Makeup Maniacs have 2 different 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. They have the Dark Glamour palette for $14.99, and they also have the Fall palette for $14.99 as well. And they have a lip gloss in Morning Rose, which is a shimmery formula for $12.50. Technic, again, are into the gel blushers as well, and they are £4 each. W7 then are coming out with a Just Tinted moisturiser for £5.95, and even...
Can I just say, if it is coming out in 3 shades, if this is it, any of my mutuals, if I see you reviewing this, bye, unsubscribe.
OMFG are coming out with quite a few different things. So they have this highlighter, they also have some brushes, and they have an eyeshadow palette along with some new glitters, and they are available now. It feels like I haven't heard from the Besame Cosmetics in a long time, and they apparently have 2 new eyeshadow palettes. I say apparently because they look old. They have the mail order first class eyeshadow palette and the mail order domestic eyeshadow palette, $32 each. Then Shop Alter Ego, which by the way we've talked about before, they are now selling to Ireland and the UK, hooray. They are coming out with this palette. It's the Shadow Kiss palette. Does it look like anything that we know? Moira Cosmetics are coming out with some new highlighters and bronzers. The bronzers are $12 each and the highlighters are $14 each.
They're fucking sexy.
I know. They're also coming out with some Lucent Cream shadows, and they are in 6 shades and they are $7 each. Beautylish are doing a collaboration with Sonia G. This is their Lotus set. So it includes 6 brushes for a steal of $215. Gavisi Beauty then have some new retro liners. They come in 5 different shades and they're available now. We have Beauty Bay. They have their brush up brows for €8.50, and they also have a 5-piece spoolie set for €2.50. Elf have the Hydro Gel Moisturizer, and that is $12. We then have Drench Cosmetics, and they're coming out with their Cruel for the Summer collection and their multi-chrome pigments. There's 5 shades, $10 each. Then we have, and I've checked into this brand. This is the Lipsy Gypsy, and they have this palette. It's $36, and I've checked. I don't think they're Romany based, like so I'm kind of like, I don't really think you should be.
No.
Yeah, so that kind of rubs me up the wrong way. Pink Honey have some new brow products. They're 5 shades. They're essentially a brow powder. Fenty are coming out with a full-size shimmering deep plum gloss bomb in Ruby Milk. Millennial Beauty have their hybrid hemp palette, because apparently we'll never get away from hemp, but there you go. And then this is Patrick Ta, and this is their Major Brow Lamination Gel. It's $26. Natasha Denona then has the Macro Blade Liquid Eyeliner. It's a Pro Flow Precision Eyeliner, which launched July 16th, and it's $26. So Live Tinted then have this moisturizer and primer. It's a mineral SPF of 30. Lights Lacquer then have 3 different green nail polishes. I quite like it, $9.50 each. MAC have an anniversary collection with Nordstrom. They have a lip primer, lipstick, and lip gloss, and just some different eyeshadow palettes. So there you go. We then have Artist Couture, and they are celebrating Mac Daddy's 30th birthday. So 3 limited edition silk cream lipsticks. They're $18 each, or you can bundle them for $50, so saving 4. Sparkly's Glitter Gloss have these particular shades. So there's chocolate milk and methane. So yeah, it's the DLC duo. And then they also have the Geyer Sage Loose Glitter, and that's $6. Then we have JG collection, and there's a reversible satin hair bonnet, and they are £15 each. They have some lip liners, which are £1.20 each, and beard oil for £4.50. We then have Bella Beauty blog, and they have the Sun and the Sea duochrome eyeshadow palette, $59. Emery lashes, and they have the Hustle Baby collection. So there's a Hustle Baby eyeshadow palette, some lashes, and a lip gloss. Then Mamacita Cosmetics has 5 new lip gloss shades. They're Flirty, Peachy, Sensual, Feisty, and Tease, $12 each. Clarity Cosmetics then have an eye primer. That's $7. It's the Stick to It Eye and Glitter Primer. Minty Makeup, and they have launched their Treat Mint Lip Duo in 5 shades. They're $24.99 each, but there's various bundling options as well. Then Mythic Beauty has the Shangri-La a limited edition highlighter. It's $20. Toba Glow Cosmetics, and they have the Ah Wee Heritage collection, and it represents Tobago's Heritage Festival, and they have the Ah Wee Heritage eyeshadow palette, the lip liner in the shade Saraka, 2 lip glosses in 2 different shades, and you can get the collection together for $59.99, and it is limited edition. We have Official Spellbound Beauty, and they have this Oracle eyeshadow palette for $20. Prolux Cosmetics then have this particular palette. It's 20 shades. It's available now. We then have Rebecca's favorite, Yvette Beauty. They have not just a kit liner, but a split liner.
Oh.
And there isn't enough difference between the shades. Like, they
Just
look
the worst. Just the worst, kind of.
4 or 5 shades.
well, there's meant to be 5 shades, but the red and the orange look so similar. Then we have YSI Beauty, and they have the Aloha eyeshadow palette. It's $19.99. Then we have Buxom and Beauty. They have some new plumping lip liners in 10 different shades, $18. We have Libalula Beauty, and they have the Bombshell palette, and that is $24. Victoria Beckham has a new Navy Noir eyeliner. Be Perfect are coming out with the contour and bronzing shade sticks, 6 shades.
I have one in that they initially came out with in collaboration with Jack Josse. I have one in the different packaging. It's really nice. The formula is really excellent. I haven't decided whether or not I forgive Be Perfect, but if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper, like not expensive, but not cheap, the formula is sound. This formula
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Be Perfect do actually do really good products.
not Be Perfect, but
I just can't. I'm not buying them anymore.
I don't think that I haven't forgiven them.
I have too many reasons.
Yeah.
Anyways, the trauma. Then we have Sassy by Savannah, and they have a new brush set. They're nylon bristles, they're vegan, and they're cruelty-free, and they're available now. We have Glaminatrix Cosmetics, and they're coming out with some sparkly duochrome toppers. They're $8.15 each. We then have Cheekbone Beauty, which is, by the way, a brand owned by an Indigenous person. So if you want to support that, that's pretty darn cool. And they have some new liners. It's part of their Sustain line of products. Divine Feminine Cosmetics, and they have their Phoenix eyeshadow palette. It's 8 shades. That's coming out July 17th. Sugar Drizzle have the Sugar Drizzle, the sequel palette. So this is their second duochrome thing that's coming out July 17th. I assume that Anna will be very excited about this because this is Sugar Drizzle's Unicorn palette. They are also coming out with 2 new Liquid Sugar Multichrome liquid eyeshadows, and again that's coming out on July the 17th. We then have Simply Posh Cosmetics, and they have their Northern Lights eyeshadow palette, 12 shades. They're all duochrome. Tammy Tanuka, inspired by Sigil, have a couple of different things coming out. So they have their Prudent Mercurial eyeshadow set. Then they also have the Student Lake Kidderole trio, and then they have the Good Times eyeshadow set. If you feel that you're having another set of deja vu, you are, because it's more multichrome eyeliners, and it's in 6 shades. Again, this because 6 is the number. But this time it's from Face Glaze Beauty, and they are $14 each. So that is more expensive than the 3 brands that were doing them last week, which, by the way, the cheapest is still Hex Baby at $9 each, in case you do want these. straight from Alibaba, allegedly. Free Beauty have some new and improved bullet lipsticks. They're in 7 shades. We have Shop More USA, and they have some new gel liners. They're $7 each, or you can bundle them for $60.
Elena, if you would.
Yes, please. Thank you. Clarins have their Super Lift and Curl Mascara. It's $29. We then have the Makeup Pharmacy, and they have some new single eyeshadows. So the 5 that we see there kind of makes me think of the Huda turquoisey palette. But they also have the shade Majesty, which is a foiled purple, which has kind of burgundy undertones. So Sue has some new cream products. They have 2 blushes and they have 2 highlighters, and they're $18 each. This one, okay, I want to talk about this very briefly. Nobody tagged me in it, but I need to talk about this. So this is Gemini T Cosmetics, and this is their Luna palette, which is, by the way, available now. But you might be looking at the picture and kind of going, this looks a bit weird. Why are you showing us a mock-up? They're selling a mock-up, but without actually showing us a picture of the actual palette.
I think it's best to stay quiet, is to not make you bleep out too many expletives.
Yeah. We have Notorious Artistry, and they're coming out with their Shea Butter Body Balm. Melt Cosmetics are coming out with their 10-piece brush set with brush holder, and that's $225. Kosas have their mini wet lip oil plumping treatment gloss set, 3 shades, $25. The Pastel Roses have 2 new pastel multi-chromes, their Spectrum and Rainbow, and they also have 3 additional single eyeshadows in Candy Floss, Pixie and Nymph. Made by Mitchell have come out with some summer blushes, which I hate the name of, but there you go. They're in Can't Cope with Coral, Melon Sorbet, and a Shy Boy, and they're also coming out with some new brushes, and they're already available. I'm not getting them. I don't really want to buy from Mitchell anymore. There's something about that rubs me up the wrong way. You might have seen in my Instagram stories that he was releasing his entire collection for £100, and he said it was worth like 316 or whatever. Like that was what it would normally retail as, and I'm like, you're not selling this without still making some amount of a profit, so how gross is the markup?
I think I get that it's a great deal, and I'm happy for people that couldn't afford it before. But for the just that rushed out to support him at release and spent £45 per palette, because I bought them on 2 separate occasions, which was like 90 quid for him to then release his whole collection for £100, just felt a little bit like
a slap in the face.
Yeah.
If he said I'm doing a massive sale so the people that can't afford can get it on a really good deal, I'd get it, but it's not like he's just ripping everyone off, allegedly.
And the fact that he changed the price of his eyeshadow palette as well not that long ago, that he increased it by £5. It's just, look, I know that people love him, and that's fine. You go, you love him, you love their products, that's totally grand. It's not for me. There's just something that just doesn't sit right with me. Again,
agreed.
Fantastic. Delighted you found something that you love. It's just not for me. Then we have Chaotic Cosmetics, and they have 6 new shades of their matte liquid lipsticks, and they're available now. We then have Catrice, and they have their True Skin Cover Concealer, 15 shades, $7 each. No, I don't even want to talk about the terrible shade range. Then we have Queen KM Cosmetics, and they have their matte liquid lipsticks. Private Society Cosmetics, they have a new lip bundle, so it includes a lip liner, a 3-in-1 liquid lipstick, and a lip gloss for $32.40. We then have Lice Watier, and they have their Metropolis collection. So there's a 6-pan eyeshadow palette, there's a duo powder, and there is a lipstick. And can I say this? But it looks very number 7.
Yeah, literally, it looks like that's between XX and number 7.
XX, yeah.
Sigma have then collaborated with Holly Edward, and it's essentially just this glow eye brush set. So there's 4 brushes, and it comes with a makeup bag. We then have Ather Beauty, and they have their Rose Quartz Crystal Gemstone palette, and it's $48, and it looks like something from Primark.
Oh,
yeah.
We have Lily Posh Cosmetics, and they have collaborated with Ellie Star Makeup to come up with this glittery highlighty palette, and it can be used on the face, eyes and body, and the swatches looked amazeballs. $45. Rosewood Cosmetics then have their Rose Dust eyeshadow collection, 9 shades. They're available from July 24th. We then have Beauty Vault, and they're releasing their Oat Light highlighter palette, 4 shades. Olaplex are releasing their professional 4-in-1 moisture mask, and that is available now for pre-order. We have Pixie and their Clarity Acid Peel. It's $24 US. Playing in Makeup by Yolando has quite a few new makeup brushes coming out. So there's 10 of them. They came out on July 13th. And I can't lie, there's a few brushes there that I think are quite nice, like the P107, the P104, and the P105.
They look good, yeah.
They look very, very nice. Then we have Saint Jane Beauty, and they have their Hydrating Petal Cream, $68. Spectrum Collections have collaborated with Katie Jane Hughes, and they have a 5-piece eye edit for $76.20, and they have a 2-piece face edit for $41.45, which is super expensive. Beats by Deb Cosmetics have their Liner Me Please. So 6-pack of liners for $9.99, which is apparently a $29.95 value. We have the Dior Forever Couture Luminizer in 6 shades. They're $48. I love the look of Coral Glow. I think that looks so pretty. But
I can confirm that Dior's products like this, powder colour products, are fantastic, are really nice. They are nice.
These products. I want to hate them, but I really enjoy them. And then we have Charlotte Tilbury. Hey Chazza, it's been a while. Can you guess what this product is called? That's right, Pillow Talk. It's the Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow. Color of Passion, and that's $40. Anyways, that's it in terms of the new releases. So that means we're on to the sneakers peekets, the little look-see behind the corner of the makeup drawer. So we have Dior, and this is their Capture Total Serum Foundation, 5 shades.
5 shades.
Yeah. Oh dear. It looks like it's exclusive to Japan, but still.
And it's not even 5 shades, they all look the bloody same.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's something nice about you.
But anyone that's not like whiter than white is not going to see.
And what's annoying is they're like other foundations have a great shade range actually. They're like Dior Forevers. They have a great and
Look, all I'm saying is I could definitely get a shade there for myself, and that's all that matters. So
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, the caucasity of it all. They're also coming out with a blush and a lipstick, which has limited edition embossing, and that's going to come out in autumn. We have Chanel, and this is their fall-winter collection. So they have 4 Stylo Ombre contour sticks. They have 2 Rouge Allure lipsticks, 4 nail polishes, 4 Ombre Premier Lac waterproof cream shadows, and they're all coming out in Japan in August. This angers me on a couple of different levels. This is Kylie Cosmetics, and this is their Pretty 4 palette. The shape of the palette, the fact that there's a green eyeshadow that should be down at the bottom, and that blue eyeshadow should be, like they're in the wrong place.
yeah.
I'm trying to say. Alien Cosmetics, and they're not normal eyeshadow palette.
Does anyone else see what this looks really like? Almost so similar to Tiny Marvels, the Mel Thompson X Signy Grace palette.
You're right.
I actually thought you were about to tell me that was a restock when I looked at that.
You're right.
Is it not so similar? Maybe I'm picturing it wrong, but to me,
There's
I
definitely
looked at it,
similarities.
and when I saw the tattoo swatches on, I was like, is that Mel? But I know that's not her tattoos, but it's so similar.
Interesting. I mean, I like the colour story. It's my kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is nice. This is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I literally thought it was Tiny Marvels.
NARS are trying to tell us that this is new. This is a new eyeshadow palette, and they're also coming out with an eyeliner as well. And it's available now in Asia, but it's coming soon to the rest of us.
Have they posted those swatches themselves?
Yeah, apparently.
Why?
I know.
They can keep it. We don't want it.
We have Saints, Angels, Sinners, and they have the Kindness eyeshadow palette, some brushes, and a velvet makeup bag. And If you're interested in this, this is coming out on August 1st. Be Olive Beauty. This is their Nude Persuasion palette, $38. I don't hate this. I kind of like the look of this. Like, I'm not going to pay.
So I like it.
Yeah, I think this is a different kind of a neutral palette.
Just gonna say that, yeah, it's like it's warm, but it's cool. There's the oranges. It's.
I like it.
I don't need in 1,000 years. I'm actually looking at it thinking that looks like this palette and that looks like a bit like that palette, but it's nice. But yeah, it's nice. I don't need it, but it's nice.
If you're first starting in makeup and you don't have a neutrals, it's a good one to get because you kind of cover your face, aren't you? But
then we have Trinidad Cosmetics, and this is their Nico palette. We have Chic Boutique, and this is their blue eyeshadow palette. Label UK are coming out with translucent setting powder in 5 shades, and they're also coming out with their HD concealer range in 19 shades.
They have a good excuse for it. Their colour range is actually not bad. The really dark one's pretty good. They have a good excuse for maybe not doing 10 more than this. 5 setting powder shades, pretty good, because people normally do translucent, banana and deep. So I'm actually super impressed. By that, and the price is right. As I said, they have an excuse.
Yeah, absolutely. A proper indie company. Then this is Adra Lashes, and when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's the Colourpop Powerpuff Girls collection.
Yeah, I see that.
But it isn't, and they're not saying it's Powerpuff, but all of the branding around it is very...
the shakers and the claw hand, what was shaky called?
And they even have the sugar spice thing. It's Anyways, they are coming out with a blush palette for $20. The lip gloss is $10, and that's coming out August 27th. Saku are coming out with some sheer matte lipsticks in 4 shades, and that's coming out in August. They are also coming out with some skincare lines. So there's hydrating lotions, there's replenishing fluids, some serums, all that sort of thing, and that's coming to the UK in September. We have MAC, and they're releasing their Lightful C skincare line. So there's a skin renewal emulsion, a water makeup remover, and a lotion, and that is coming sometime soon. Pound Lashes are coming out with some new lashes.
Have you seen they're having to up the prices though to add the VAT on? Yeah, she posted on her stories the other day. I think it's to do with Brexit or something. Still, they'll still be cheap though for what?
Oh, they're very affordable. Like I wouldn't begrudge her, you know?
No, definitely not. I've got some and I think they're great.
They're really good. Yeah, they are good lashes.
I like the look of that lash as well. It's flat. Very pretty. More stuff for our girl Rebecca. This is Glamier and some new UV liners. I'm going to make a little present of all of these and put them together for her. She'll love it. Then we have Dandelions Cosmetics, and they're coming out with what looks to be possibly some pigments. Then we have Victress Bailey, and they have the Las Adelitas eyeshadow palette, and that is available for pre-order from August 13th. Kylie Cosmetics is coming out with a new pressed multi-chrome single eyeshadow. Givenchy then are releasing their Rouge Givenchy Sheer Velvet Lipstick collection. So there's 8 shades, and it's a powder to matte finish. And they're also coming out with 3 new shades of their Le Rouge Deep Velvet Lipstick, and that's coming out in September for us. Then Osaki Beauty is releasing their Waifu Material Palette, and that's coming out on the 28th of July. Bella Beauty Blog are coming out with their Angles of Illumination Liquid Multi-Chrome Shadows. Libalula Beauty have their Dragonfly Eyeshadow Palette, which is coming sometime soon. Titmouse, the wonderful, wonderful Titmouse are coming out with these 5 eye toppers, and they're launching by the end of this month, so keep a little eye out for those. Then Face Glaze Beauty are coming out with something that looks like some more kind of multi-chrome metallic shadows. Magical Makeup are coming out with some sort of a palette, and then finally XZX have given a sneak peek of whatever their palette is there. The swatches look nice.
Yeah,
that's it, lads. That's the whole kit and caboodle. So I said that I've given these lovely ladies socials down below. So Rebecca has her own Patreon. She's rather excellent. Do follow her. She's lovely. Jade is an Instagram. Go follow her. She's a lovely, lovely human being. Me, not so much. I'm honestly the scum of the earth, if we're 100% honest on that. But do please like, comment and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can see more of the things that are going on here. Keep an eye out on my Instagram stories so you can kind of take part in the polls and be part of the thing or whatever it is that we're doing. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up, don't be gross. That's it, that's the end of the video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.